In the name of Allah, the most kind, the most merciful. Hello everyone, welcome back to our course of prompt engineering. Today we are going to discuss prompting for everyday writing. This is the day where everything's become practical more than theoretical. Today is about the writing you actually do every day in your life. So let's be honest, you may never write a research thesis, you may never draft a legal contract, you may never produce a massive technical manual, but you will write emails, updates, reports, descriptions, announcement, product summaries, instructions, social posts, messages, explanation. These are the writing tasks that fill a human normal life. If you learn to prompt AI well for these, you gain a real superpower. Not a classroom one, but a career one, a life one. That's it. We are going to discuss today. So the writing is not one single skill. It is many small hidden skills working together. That includes clarity, flow, structure, tone, audience awareness, detail control or context usage, transformation ability, idea expansion, summarizing things, and organizing. Many people don't know these skills exist. They just try to write something where there is no plan, no system, no mental checklist, and that's why they struggle. So AI can fix that, but only if you prompt it correctly. Today is the training in controlling writing like a pilot controls a plane. It's smooth, confident, and predictable. Now we will discuss our next topic. Before that, I welcome you all. Give your feedback about the stream. If you have any queries, give in the chat box and we will discuss it together. So be the part of live stream. Now we are discussing what makes everyday writing different. Let's set something very important at the start. Everyday writing is functional. It exists to achieve something, to get an email reply, a report communication status, a description explains something, a summary reduces complexity, a message clarifies an action, and a set of instructions prevent confusion. This means the goal is not a beautiful writing, not a dramatic writing, or a novel style writing. The goal is make someone understand exactly what I mean with the least possible friction. The fewer obstacles your reader faces, the stronger and faster your writing becomes. AI helps remove these obstacles, but only if you know how to tell it what to prioritize, and that's what this R is about. Before we go deeper, let me ask a question. What is the most annoying kind of writing you have to do regularly? Say it in the chat box. Are they emails, reports, explanations, customer messages, or school assignments? Don't worry, no wrong answer. Every type of writing has its own hidden challenges. So I am waiting for your responses, what you respond. So let's move forward. Every writing is not random. It follows predictable patterns. Email has some patterns, reports have their own patterns, description have also. Similarly, announcement and instructions have their patterns as well. Once you can recognize the pattern, AI become a writing machine that follows your direction instantly. So we will see here how to recognize the structure of different writing types, or how to tell AI exactly which structure you want, or how to control clarity, length, tone, and details, or how to make AI fill in the gaps when your ideas are incomplete. So let's start with the emails. Emails are not just messages, but they are micro conversations. Most people think AI or emails are just words on a screen. No, emails are conversations with delay. You write, then you wait, then they reply, then you reply, then they reply. So this is a micro conversation. Good emails reduces the number of back and forth steps. AI can help you write emails that reduces a misunderstanding, give clear information, make actions obvious, create a tone that matches your purpose, and get faster replies. But the prompt must tell AI what the goal of email is. If we move towards the reports, the art of showing progress without confusing people. Reports are scary to many people because they feel long, they feel important, they feel formal, they feel like they need professional language. But reports are actually simple. They answer three questions: what happened, what does it mean, and what happens next. AI can generate clear reports if you supply even tiny pieces of information. You don't need to give paragraphs. You can give bullet points or bullet seeds. AI expand them into polished paragraphs. Then there are descriptions, the hidden skills nobody teaches. Descriptions are everywhere, describing a product or a place or a process or a problem or even a request, or can be an instruction. But nobody teaches how to write them. So here is the secret: a good description lets someone imagine something they haven't seen. If they can picture your writing succeed. AI is extremely good at descriptive writing, but you have to put it to focus on. That includes senses, features, purpose, differences, use cases, and context. So we will build those prompts later. Now, why today's lessons are different from yesterday's? You may be thinking, didn't we already talk about writing before? Yes, but not like this. Day one, we have taught the basics of prompting. Then, in the coming days, we have taught about clarity and interception or interpretation. Then, we have taught about the architecture of good prompts. And now we are getting to the output creations. Not about how AI thinks, how prompts work, not how about structure instructions, but how to make AI produce writing that is professional, useful, efficient, correct, tuned to real human interaction, and ready to send. So this is not the theory, this is everyday writing power. So with that, we are moving towards our topic, that is 3 levels of everyday writing. Today we will focus on improving these level of writings. Level 1 is finish it for me writing. You give a sentence, a bullet list, a messy idea, and a half-written draft. AI finishes it cleanly. The next level is transform this writing, where you give a rough draft, long text, short text, confusing text, overly formal text or overly casual text, and AI rewrites that with a clearer, shorter, longer, friendlier, more professional, simpler, smarter, and more persuasive writing. And the third level, it creates it from scratch. You give a goal, an audience, and a purpose, and AI produces an email or a report, description, message, summary, or even a set of instructions. So this is the level where prompting become magical. Writing is not about English, it's about thinking. So now let me surprise you. People think writing problems come from grammar. No. Most writing struggles come from the thinking problems where you have unclear goals. Let me put it on your screen so you can get it easily. Wait for a second and I will show it on your screen. Here are the thinking problems that you may see on your screen. Wait for a second. That includes unclear goals, missing context, hidden assumptions, or disorganized ideas, vague intentions. So these are some of the thinking problems. AI helps because it organizes your thinking before it writes a single word. That's why today's lessons matter so much. Now let's move to the next part, that is hidden structural patterns in everyday writing, how professionals build clarity without thinking. Now that we understand the purpose of everyday writing, we can finally go to the secret structures behind emails, reports, and description. These structures are used by CEOs, editors, managers, teachers, communicators, and leaders. And the funny thing, most of them didn't even realize they are using a structure. They just write naturally because they have seen thousands of examples. You, however, will learn them intentionally, which means you will be able to teach AI to use them instantly. So these are the hidden patterns behind all everyday writing. If I had to compress all everyday writing into one sentence, it could be: tell the reader what they need and when they need it, and nothing else. That's the golden rule. Not sound smart, not sound formal, not write beautifully, not add fancy vocabulary, just deliver the right information in the right order. That's the structure. Once you understand structure, you can shape AI like clay. With that, we are moving towards the next thing, that is the funnel pattern. Start wide, then narrow down. So let's begin with the most universal pattern, that is the funnel pattern. Professionals use it constantly without knowing its name. It goes like this: bigger picture, important details, action, or conclusion. Then it's the funnel pattern. It's used in emails, updates, announcement, explanations, description, or customer communication. So let me give you a real example of using funnel pattern in the email. In the bigger picture, here is what's this about. In the detail, here what's you need to know, and in action, there is what to do next. So AI writes very clean emails when you tell it use a funnel structure. With that, we are moving towards the next pattern. But before that, I will show this pattern on your screen so you can get a screenshot to watch it later or use it later. Here is the funnel pattern. Let me write it for you. It's a funnel pattern that can be used in emails. Now the next one is the ladder pattern that includes build information step by step. This is perfect for writing reports, technical summaries, instructions, walkthroughs, or explanations. So here we have the ladder sample. Let me show you on your screen. That includes step 1, that is foundation, and the second step is clarification. In the step 3 we have examples, and step 4 is implication and conclusion. Imagine explaining something to a 10-year-old. You wouldn't start at the top, you would start at the bottom and climb upward. AI becomes brilliant at explaining if you say use a ladder structure to build the explanation. This is how you get logical layered writing instead of random paragraph. The next is the window pattern that describes what the reader can see. Descriptions need a different plan. So descriptions are not just about telling the facts, they are about letting someone experience something through words. This is the window pattern used by product listing, travel descriptions, real estate write-ups, sightseeing guides, onboarding instructions, or storytelling moments. So this pattern could be like this. I will show you on the screen so you have a better understanding. What is the window pattern? It's like what it looks like, what it does, and why it matters. So this is the window pattern. This allows the reader to step inside the scene. For AI, you can say describe this using the window pattern. So this is your new superpower for description. With that, we are moving towards our next pattern, that is the anchor pattern. Start where the reader already is. This is a secret trick great communication or communicators use. They never start with the new information. They start with something the reader already knows. This pattern is perfect for announcements, transitions, changes, updates, instructions, and corrections. The anchor pattern is look like this. Let me again show you on the screen. Here is the anchor pattern. Here is what you already know. Here is what's new, and here's what it means. So this is the anchor pattern. anchoring prevents confusion, it grounds the reader. AI becomes extremely consistent when you say start with an anchor. They introduce the new information. Another new instruction you can own. With that, we are moving towards the next pattern, that is bridge pattern. What if you have messy notes, scattered ideas, random bullets, and incomplete points? The bridge pattern turns these bullets into a paragraph that flow, sentences that connect, and ideas that feel unified. So here we have the pattern, that is the bridge pattern. Let me show you on the screen. Here is the bridge pattern. Let me add the name. It induces the topic, connect bullet 1 with a reason, connect bullet 2 with a transition, connect bullet 3 with an example, and end with a closing thought. So AI becomes excellent at this when you say bridge these bullet points into a smooth and unified paragraph. This is one of the most practical prompts in real daily work. With that, we are moving towards the next topic, that is why structures matter more than words. Why are we spending so much time on structure? Because structure is the skeleton of clarity. Words are decoration and structure is meaning. With the right structure, your writing becomes faster, AI becomes more predictable, your messages become clearer, misunderstandings drops, and your confidence grows. Think of a structure as the alphabet of writing. Once you know the alphabet, you can write anything. So here I have a question for you. Which writing pattern do you feel you struggle the most? Is it funnel, ladder, window, anchor, or bridge? Type the name in the chat and I will wait for your response. With that, we are moving towards the next topic, that is how AI detects structure, even if you didn't tell it. AI naturally tries to detect the structure based on the verbs you use, the order of your instructions, the amount of details, the type of content. If you say explain this, AI uses the ladder pattern. And if you say write an email, AI defaults to a mini funnel pattern. If you say describe this, AI uses the window pattern automatically. But here's the twist. AI does it inconsistently unless you name the pattern. When you name the pattern, the structure becomes perfect, the writing becomes predictable, the outcome becomes stable, and the tones become smoother. And naming the pattern in your prompt is extremely easy. You just say write this using the funnel pattern or turning this explanation into ladder pattern. Or you can say describe this using the window pattern. It's a powerful tool, simple instruction, and it has the massive impact. Let's see why structure solves 80% of your writing problems. Most people struggle with the writing because they start typing before they know the structure. So AI struggles when your ideas are unordered, your bullets points do not follow a pattern, your intention isn't clear, you mix goals, you switch tones mid-sentence. So structure prevents all of that. Structure is the map, words are the journey. So if you give AI the map, it never gets lost. So till here we have learn about the structured patterns that are funnel, ladder, window, anchor, and bridge. And we have explored how to use them in prompts without repeating anything. So with that, we are moving towards our next topic, that is understanding how everyday writing actually works. Let's see, you sit down at your desk and your inbox has 12 unread emails. One is from a teacher asking for details, one is from a friend asking for help, one is from a project group asking for an update. All of them wants words for you, but not just any words. They want clear words, useful words, organized words, and responsibly written words. So we are going to learn something powerful, the hidden mechanics behind the everyday writing. And don't worry, this is not grammar class, this is not a vocabulary drill, this is not a spelling practice. This is something much more useful, where you learn how writing actually works when human needs information, how AI can support your thinking, not replace it, how you can direct your writing like a movie director or directs a movie. So we are moving towards a topic, that is writing is not just about words, it's about moving minds. Everyday writings, that are emails, reports, description, doesn't exist to impress anyone. Its job is this: take a thought from your brain, move it into a sentence, someone else's brain, without distraction, without confusion, and without external noise. So that's the entire job. Words are the only transportation system. Clarity is the fuel, and structure is the road, and tone is the speed. So here's the secret: good writing is organized thinking, not just fancy vocabulary. This is why AI becomes super powerful. So there are some hidden structure behind all everyday writings. First one is orientation. This is the where we are and why I am writing the moment. It answers what it is about and why should the reader care. Let's see an example. Here's the update you requested about the project. It's short, clear, straight to the point. The next step is information delivery. This is where the actual content happens. It answers why do they need to know what happens and what detail matters. So it's not storytelling, it is a data sorting, not data dumping. The third step is interpretation. This is where writing becomes more useful. It answers what does this information means and what should the reader think. Most of the people skip this part, and that's why their writing feels incomplete. The next step is action. This is where writing becomes more powerful. It answers what should happen now, what do I expect from you, and even the action is tiny, it matters. So with that, we will move towards why beginners struggles with everyday writing and they even don't realize it. If you feel writing is hard, let me Okay, if you feel writing is hard, you are not alone. Most learners struggle because no one explained the root problems. You are not struggling with writing, you are struggling with organizing what you want to say. It's not the words that are difficult, it's the decision behind those words. You ask yourself what is important, what should come first, how much detail should I give, or what if they misunderstand. AI solves this by acting like a thinking partner, not a writing machine. Instead of saying AI to write, you ask AI to help you organize the ideas, the priorities, and the logics. Now we will discuss the skills that separates good writers from great writers. Let me teach you a powerful principle today. The clearer your thinking, the shorter your sentences become. Young writers often think long sentences feel professional, but in a real world, long sentences are a chore to read. A perfect sentence is not one that sounds smart, it's one that delivers the meaning quickly. Let's take an example. Following our previous discussions, I would like to revisit the details regarding. Here's the update from our last discussion. One is bloated, one is focused, one is wasted time, and one is skipped times. This is why every writing needs precision, not decoration. Let's discuss the 7 mental filters that make writing instantly better. Before writing anything, great communication silently asks, who is this for? Why do or what do they already know? What do they need to know? What is the goal of this message? What outcome do I want? What is the simplest way to say this? And the last one is, what will happen after they read this? AI can help answer all these 7, but you are the decision maker. This is how you turn AI from a tool to into a teammate. Let me show you this on the screen so you can get it and can be used later. So here are the 7 mental filters that make your writing instantly better. So we will discuss the real reason AI helps everyday writing. AI is not replacing your creativity. It's not replacing your intelligence. It's not replacing your voice. It's replacing something else. Writing becomes easy when your brain is not fighting itself. AI helps you by clearing mental clutter, sorting ideas, reducing overwhelm, giving a structure, offering examples, filling gaps, smooth transitions, helping you see blind spots. But the message, the intention, the purpose, that always come from you. So it's a new way to think about writing task. Let's create a new role for you. Writing is not a task, it's a transformation. You are transforming confusion into clarity, ideas into structures, thoughts into results, questions into answers, requests into actions, and information into understanding. This mindset shift changes everything. With that, we are moving towards our next topics. Give me a few minutes and I will get back to you about what we are going to discuss now. Here we have the live rating examples and finding hidden patterns. Let me start with a small story. Once a teacher asked a young student to write a paragraph about their favorite animal. The child sat there and looking at the paper stack, not because they didn't know their favorite animals, because they knew it very well, but they know not how to begin. Starts are the hardest part, but the teacher wrote one sentence on the board. It is, my favorite animal is panda, because, and suddenly the whole class started writing. Why? Because the teacher gave them a first step, a direction, and a pattern, and that's what we are learning now, how to give AI the first step and directions and the pattern we want. Now we will write an email to a teacher in a natural version, how most people say it. Can you check my homework? Now we will see how AI is stronger. Here we will give the prompt. Where we said, write a short email to my teacher. I want to ask if they can check my homework today, and make it polite and simple. Here we have answered this question, what type of writing? We have said it's email. What is our goal? We ask teacher to check homework. And how should it sound? It's the polite and simple. So it's the first pattern, that is right, goal and tone. We have delivered all the information. If we check out the second prompt, where we say write a short report about our school sports day, include what games happened, how student felt, and one special moment that everyone remembers. Make it clear and easy to read. Here we have told it to write a report about how student felt, includes what game happened, and also directed to give one special moment. Also given the direction to make it clear and easy to read. So this is the way you can give direction to the AI to write reports, emails. Similarly, you can use the other pattern as well yourself. I am skipping that to save your time. With that, we are moving towards our next topic, that is writing faster with pattern thinking. Let me show you something exciting. Most people think writing takes minutes, and yes, thinking takes minutes, but writing becomes fast when you don't think why about words. You only think about the patterns. Now the question is, why kids learn better faster than adults? Kids learn faster because they don't complicate things, they don't overthink, they don't fear mistakes, they like examples, they copy patterns easily. So this is why they learn more quicker and faster. Now let's move to the next topic, that is why writing has a secret skeleton. Imagine writing is like a human body. Outside we see the skin, the face, the smile, but inside the body there is a skeleton that holds everything in place. Writing has a skeleton too. We don't see it, but it keeps everything standing straight. Kids feel it, adults guess it, and AI understand it. We are going to learn how this skeleton works, and don't worry, this is not a school biology, this is fun and simple. The writing skeleton has four bones, that is start, middle, details, and class. Let me show you with a tiny example. I had a fun at the zoo because I saw a big elephant. We start with I had a fun at zoo, and middle is because, and detail I saw a big elephant, and we close with the idea ends naturally. Now let's see how AI understand more than you write. Now let's explain you with something fun. Human reads with their eyes, but AI reads with a pattern. You give AI one line, it sees 10 shifts behind it. For example, you say write a short message to my friend. I am sorry I am late. AI see much more. That is the emotion, the audience, the purpose, the tone, the context, the structure, the length, or the intent. Let me show you on the screen though, so that it is easy to understand for you. Wait for a second so that I show you. So this is how AI see things in a sentence. It sees the emotion behind your sentence, and it sees the audience. In this case, we have the friend, and the purpose is explaining lateness. The tone should be polite or soft, and the context is something happened, and the greeting, structure, the length. So this is how AI see those things. Even in a short sentence where we say write a short message to my friend, I am sorry I am late. So you didn't say all of this, but AI reads is because writing has pattern. AI fills the empty spaces. Human fills blanks with guesses, but AI fills blank with structure. Now we will discuss the four magic shapes AI looks for. AI looks for shapes that the point, the path, the pieces, and the feelings. The point means, what is this writing trying to do? The path is, how will it move from start for finish? The pieces is what goes inside the writing, and the feeling is how should the writing sound. Let me show you on the screen so that it's easier to understand for you, or you can get a screenshot of it if you want this. I will share it with you as well. So these are the things we are discussing right now. If we say shape 1, the point is, what do you want? Either you want an email, you want a report, message, description, reminder, explanation, or request. Then we have the path. How does the writing flow? It's like a river or a step or a list or like a small story. AI follows the path even if you don't tell it. Give me a second. Okay. If we take the pieces, let's say what happened, what you want, who is this message for, why are you writing, or what should be included or what must not be included. So pieces help to fill these writings. And the next is the feeling, that can be soft, warm, funny, simple, professional, serious. So with that, we are moving towards our next topic, that is one page mirror method for clear writing. It's a new technique, fresh and very powerful. I call it for mirror method because you see the writing twice, once in your mind and once when AI writes it back to you. This is how it works. You say what you want, AI gives you a draft, you look at the draft, you see what's missing, and you ask AI to fix only the missing parts. It's like drawing a picture. You draw a line, look in the mirror, see what looks strange, and then fix only that part. This method helps you to write anything like emails, description, reports, reminders without any stress. If we see an example with request, describe a morning walk near a lake, AI would write something like, you look at it and say, add more details about the sound of birds. Then AI give you update. Then you say it, make the ending feel calm. AI updates again, and then you say add a one unique moment. So this way you get an update of a single prompt. Every time it gets better. With that, we will move towards our next prompts and next headings. Now we will see how to ask AI for pattern-based writing. Here are a few simple ways to tell AI which pattern you want. Where we say write a short report using problem, action, and results. Or you can see explain this topic using what, why, and how. Or for announcement, you can say write this announcement using intention, explanation, and expectations. For notes, you can say turn these notes into a full paragraph using a clear structure. Let me show you all this on your screen so you can have a better understanding of that. Wait for a second. Hope you can see this on your screen. Wait for a second. For those who have joined us now, give your name in the feedback or chat box. Also give your feedback in the chat box. Be the part of live stream, and we will bring you new content that helps you to understand about the AI, how to use it, and how to make things better. Wait for a second. Waiting for your replies. Give your reply in the chat box. Now we are going to share you pattern templates. You can copy and use them anytime. Let me give you 5 simple templates that can be used anytime. Wait for it so that I show you on the screen. So here are the patterns you can use. The first one is start, reason and result template. In the start, you can say here is what is happening. In the second, you can say this matter because and as a result, so please do this. In the next pattern, you have problem, examples and fix. The problem is the issue is, and an example you will get the examples, and in the last you will say fix it or give a solution. In the third pattern or a template, you have what, how and why, and lastly the action. What means this is the topic, how is, here is how it works, then it comes why this is important, and in the last is here what should to do. If we come to the fourth pattern, that is story point and apply. Let's say once something happened, and the point it's this teaches us, and apply it, try this now. Similarly, we have the fifth template, that is list, expand, compare and decide, where we say here are the options, expand each of them, then compare how they are different and give the best choice or the best option to choose. So these are few of the templates or the patterns you can use for your daily writing skills. Now we will discuss about how to turn bullet points into full writing, and that's the easy magic pattern. Before that, we will see what are bullet points really. Bullet points are like tiny blocks. Each bullet point is a small piece. Alone one block doesn't do much, but when you connect them together, you build anything. Writing is the same. A bullet point is not bad writing. It's just a seed, and the seed can grow into a tree. The problem is many people try to write them from a blank page. This is like trying to build a castle from thin air. This is hard. But writing from bullet points, that's easy because the ideas are already in front of you. So now we will learn how to take those small pieces and turn them into emails, messages, reports, descriptions, explanations, announcements, and stories. We were discussing this because AI understand bullet points better than the paragraphs, because bullet points are short, clear, tidy, one idea at a time, no confusing long sentences, no extra noise. When AI sees a bullet point list, it thinks, oh, I see the pieces, now I can build something. If you give AI a long, messy paragraph, it has to clean it first. If you give bullet points, it can start immediately. So yes, bullet points are not a lazy thinking, they are a smart thinking. Let's discuss the golden rule for expansion. Here is the most important rule of the entire thinking is one bullet point is equal to one small paragraph, not two paragraphs, not a half sentence, not a joint block of text, just one small paragraph. This simple rule removes confusion. You let each idea breathe. You let AI treat it as a single unit. So this is how you can make things easier. Now let's see how to explain a bullet point in a human variant. Here is a simple three-step way to explain a bullet point to yourself. Step one is say what it is and just call the thing by name. Second step is to say a reason or details, expand or add something that explain more. The third step is say why it matters or what happens next. Give a small ending. If we take an example of a need to drink more water, it will expand it into a paragraph by saying we need to drink more water during the day. Staying hydrated here helps us feel more attractive and keeps our mind clear. Try taking small sips every hour to make it easier. So it has no difficult vocabulary, no complex grammar, just idea, detail, and reasoning. Even a child can do that. So here we have the AI expansion pattern or the magic formula, where we say restate the bullet point in a full sentence, add a one new fact, add one human touch by a reason, benefit, or using a helpful tone. This makes your writing sound complete, friendly, natural, and easy to read. Similarly, if we give another bullet point, we say class meeting at 10 a.m. AI can expand it to class will have a meeting at 10 a.m. This meeting will help everyone understand the new plan for next week. Please join on time so we can start smoother together. So that is the formula in action. Now the point is why you should not write long bullets. Some people make this mistake. Big confusing bullet points with many ideas packed too tight inside one long sentence, but still pretending to be a bullet, which actually make it worse because nothing is clear. So do not put two to three ideas in one bullet point. Put each idea in its own bullet because AI gets confused and the paragraphs become messy, ideas get mixed. So writing becomes longer and unclear. Let me show you on the screen so that it is easy to remember for you. Wait for a second so that I can show you it on your screen. So do not put two to three ideas in one bullet points because AI get confused, paragraphs become more messy, ideas get mixed, writing becomes longer and unclear, and you lose control. If we take an example of this bullet point where we say the teacher is sick, so there is no class today because we have to submit homework and also pick a new project topic. So there are three ideas that stuck together. If I can show you on the screen so you can see it yourself and see how it is messy and confused, where we are saying that teacher is sick, so there is no class today, but we have to submit homework and also pick a new project topic. So this is three ideas stuck together. You can split them into four bullet points, where first one is the teacher is sick, and the second one is there is no class today, in the third we can say we still have to submit homework, and in the fourth we say we must pick a new project topic. Now AI can expand each idea perfectly. So here five-part form for bullet expansion. Let me copy and paste. Here we say turn these bullet points into short and clear paragraphs. Expand each bullet separately. Use simple words. Keep the meaning exact. And here are the bullets. So this way you can make things easier for AI to read. Now we will see how to add a flavor to expanded paragraphs. Because sometimes writing needs a little personality, you can ask AI to make it friendly, warm, make it simple, make it happier, polite, make it a teacher style or a YouTube style. You can say it, make it kids friendly, or make it in a boss style. You can turn them into any way. You can turn bullet points into a story, or even in reports or a description or whatever you want. But here are some of the common mistakes that beginners make. The mistakes are they make bullets too long, they make too many bullets, or add bullets that have no meaning, not asking AI for structure, and mixes ideas in one bullet point. So let me show you this on the screen, these 5 mistakes that you can avoid.